And when you're ready, I'll invite you to soften and close the eyes. And we're going to start with taking some very conscious deep breaths. So I'll have you inhale deep into the belly, and allowing yourself to have a full exhale. And enjoying this type of breathing, a breathing that helps you nourish yourself, a breathing that helps you to begin to slow down, to come into the present, to come into our experience. So taking full breaths, smooth, easy breaths into the belly, expanding through the lower diaphragm, and then fully exhaling all the air out. Go ahead and continue on your own, breathing in this fashion. It doesn't have to be forceful. Trusting your body. If there's a better way to breathe right now that feels more supportive, just using this as guidelines to soften into this space, to soften in to you. Now we'll let go of being intentional about our breath and let it relax into its natural state. Not trying to change it, not trying to manipulate the breath in any way. Seeing if we can begin just to let ourselves breathe exactly as we naturally would, without any effort. Now you'll notice as we soften in to just breathing in almost this mundane fashion, you might notice your mind starting to pick up. You might notice the body feeling ready to move. Or you may notice the heart and the emotions coming to the surface. Now, this is totally normal. This is part of the human experience. And in meditation, rather than trying to control or stop our thinking and find a silent mind, we actually do the opposite to find that peace. Instead, we foster allowance and acceptance of whatever is here for us, whatever thoughts arise, whatever emotions present, whatever our body and sensations are showing. But instead of being wrapped up in any single one of them, as if that any single one of them could be our world, we hold them softly. We hold these notices softly, as if they are clouds in the sky passing by. Some might linger. And some might just move on quickly. And what we get to do is anchor ourselves into the simplicity of the breath. Watching each inhale and each exhale. Just feeling the sensation, maybe noticing the rise and fall of the chest. Maybe noticing the airflow that comes through the nostrils. And this will be a challenging task. As something so autonomic as the breath. To rest our focus on that. And there is so much that might be happening in the mind and in the body and in the heart. And we'll often find ourselves wrapped up in the experience of one of these distractions. And the moment we catch ourselves and recognize that we're lost in this maybe thought, we acknowledge it. And you can label it thought and come back to the ease, the simplicity of the breath, the experience that is here. Maybe you notice a sensation in the body. And so we label it sensation, acknowledge it, and then softly guide ourselves back to observing each breath. Or you may just notice an emotion, a feeling, and we'll label it feeling. And again, bringing it back to our breath. And so we call this the practice of noting. The moment we notice ourselves lost in any of these thoughts, emotions, or sensations, we put the generic label on it of thought, emotion, or sensation, and softly bring ourselves back to the breath, letting all of it exist, letting it be a cloud in the sky that doesn't have to take all of our attention. And if that ever feels like too much, if you're feeling lost, simply just, all we're looking to do is connect with ourselves. So you just being here, practicing this softening, practicing the silence, that is plenty. Take a few moments on your own to continue being with your breath, being with the experience. And noting anytime you feel distracted and coming back over and over again. surrendering, being with each moment as it comes. Even the sound of my voice causing a distraction. And that can be okay too. We simply come back to the breath. Now we'll let go of this mindfulness part of the practice, and I'll encourage you to put a hand or hands somewhere on the body that feels like it could use some love and support right now. If you're unsure, a hand on the heart and a hand on the stomach is a great place. Just begin to breathe into these areas. As if with our breath we are offering a little bit of nourishment to ourselves, maybe to this particular area that could be holding an emotion or a place of tension. What does it feel like to gift yourself a little bit of ease through this touch on the heart, through the way we breathe into these places? And maybe this is a time to offer yourself some gratitude if you find it and it feels available. I'm grateful for this vessel that continues to be able to show up and fight. It continues to show up to grow. Continues to show up to love ourselves greater. It's taking a moment to be and appreciate yourself, however you may find that. Take one final deep breath from this place. Taking a really full inhale in the fullest of the day. If you feel like holding at the top, you may, and then when you're ready, exhaling it all and letting the hands drop. Slowly and gently begin to transition back, and I would suggest to keep your eyes closed. I would invite some soft movements in. Maybe it's stretching the neck, maybe it's swaying a little, moving the wrists or ankles. Just seeing what the body needs to come out of this practice. gently when you're ready.